Now we will be moving to our lesson 1, which is knowing oneself. And as we go along, we will also browse the contents of the module and also the overview of the subject. And for the contents of the module, for the first quarter, we have 8 lessons or 8 units. And for the second quarter, we have 7 units, a total of 15 lessons for the first quarter. For the overview of the subject, personal development aims to awaken the students' increasing awareness of themselves in this developmental stage in their lives. Applying experiential approach, this module will guide the students in exploring the different aspects of their development by means of introspection, reflection, sharing of experiences, and involvement in discussions about the various concepts and theories in psychology. The road to success is never straight and smooth. This module is designed to equip you with knowledge and skills needed to reach your destination, which is success. The starting point is to help you understand yourself better. As Aristotle said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. For this lesson 1, we will go through the lesson itself, activities, journals, and portfolios. Lesson 1 or Unit 1 will be knowing oneself. The big question here, how can understanding yourself pave the way to self-acceptance and better relationship with others? And we will also be having the objectives. At the end of this module, you will be able to, number 1, explain that knowing yourself can make you accept your strengths and limitations and dealing with others better. Number 2, share your unique characteristics, habits, and experiences. And number 3, start and maintain a journal. Imagine yourself looking into a mirror. So what do you see? Is that your actual self or ideal self? So as we go along, you will be able to understand what are the difference between the actual self and the ideal self, because there are 2 kinds of self, the actual and ideal. The ideal self is the self that you aspire to be. It is the one that you hope you will possess characteristics similar to that of a mentor or some other worldly figures like your idols, singers, or dancers. On the other hand, actual self is the one that you actually see. It is the self that has characteristics that you were nurtured or in some cases born to have. The actual self is built on self-knowledge. So kung paano natin kilala ang sarili natin? Self-knowledge is derived from social interactions that provide insight into how others react to you. The actual self is who we actually are. It is how we think, how we feel, look, and act. The actual self can be seen by others, but because we have no way of truly knowing how others view us, the actual self is our self-image. So, ang sinasabi dito, si actual self daw, siya ang ating self-image. So, kumbaga, kung paano natin nakikita ang sarili natin, kung paano tayo nakikita ng iba, yun si actual self. Yun ang ating self-image. So, for example, you can see your friend as your mentor. You can see your friend as good-looking. So, that is their self-image from you. So, ganun din sa iba. So, if they see you as their mentor, if they see you as their good friend, so that is your self-image from other person as well. And then the ideal self is how we want to be. It is an idealized image that we have developed over time, based on what we have learned and experienced. The ideal self could include components of what our parents have taught us, what we admire in others, what our society promotes, and what we think is in our best interest. So yung ideal self natin, yun yung pinapangarap natin. Yun yung kung ano yung gusto nating makita in the near future sa sarili natin. So that's why they said here that what we think is in our best interest. If you can see yourself as a good dancer, and then you want to see yourself that someday you will be like your idol, you will be like the worldly figure. So that is your ideal self. Yun yung kung ano ang pangarap natin na maging balang araw. Now we will be moving to personal effectiveness. Personal effectiveness means making use of all the personal resources for you to be effective. So for the personal resources, these are the talents, skills, energy, and time to enable you to achieve your life goals. So life goals, your knowledge of yourself and how you manage yourself impacts directly on your personal effectiveness. Being self-aware, making use of your strengths, learning new skills and techniques, and behavioral flexibility are all keys to improve your personal performance. So our personal effectiveness, it really depends on our innate characteristics. Innate characteristics that we have like talents, experience accumulated in the process of personal development. So for the talent, we have to know first our talent, and then we will be developing it so that we can use it in a particular subject area. Knowledge is required for setting goals, and this is correct. You have to set your goals with your knowledge. You have to know where you are going. You have to know what you want to be, and without self-knowledge, you will not be able to know your talents as well. So, how can you set your goals if you don't know your talents? So, these are all interconnected. The knowledge, setting goals, and your talents. Now, let's move to the skills that will greatly increase the efficiency of any person. Number 1, you have to be determined. In determination, it allows you to focus only on achieving a specific goal without being distracted by less important things. It may be developed with the help of self-discipline and exercise. So kapag sinabi natin determination, ito yung walang magpapapigil sa'yo. So you have to get your specific goal na sinet mo. So kapag sinabi natin determination, nakafocus ka lang kung saan ka papunta. Nakafocus ka lang on being successful, on achieving that specific na gusto mo. Number 2, you have to be self-confident. So in the self-confidence, it is manifested in speech, your appearance, how you dress, and your physical condition. So to develop it, you need to learn yourself and your capabilities. Gain positive attitude and believe that by performing right actions and achieving right goals, you will certainly reach success. So kapag sinabi natin self-confidence, hindi naman ibig sabihin na they can go in front, they can recite in front. No, kasi kapag sinabi nating self-confidence, ito yung kung paano mo dinadala yung sarili mo. Kung paano ka nakikipag-usap sa ibang tao, paano mo pine-present yung sarili mo, paano ka nagbibihes, and yung physical condition mo rin. Ito yung physical condition like how fit are you. So, kapag physically fit ka, nagiging confident ka na rin. So, it doesn't mean na self-confidence is yun lang nakakatayo sa harap, nakakasayaw, or nakakakanta sa harap. Sila lang yung self-confident. Hindi po. Because if you can speak well, you can communicate very well, you dress well, meron meron ka na ring sinasabi nilang self-confidence. Number 3 is persistent. It makes you keep moving forward regardless of emerging obstacles. So, yung emerging obstacles, yun yung mga problema natin, laziness, bad emotional state, at iba pa. So, it reduces the cost of overcoming obstacles. So, it can also be developed with the help of self-discipline and exercise. So, si persistent and si determination, para silang kambal sila. So, if you are determined, you are also persistent to keep moving forward. If you are persistent, you are also determined to achieve that specific goal. Number 4, you have to manage your stress. It will help you combat stress that arises in daily life from the environment and other people. Stress arises from the uncertainty in an unknown situation when a lack of information creates the risk of negative consequences of your action. Kasi minsan yung stress, dumarating siya kapag may biglaang changes. So you have to manage it very well. So you have to combat your stress that comes from your environment for you to become effective person. Number 5 is problem-solving skills. So if you have the problem-solving skills, they will help you cope with the problems encountered with a lack of experience. So kapag sinabi nating problem-solving skills, ito yung, for example, you are in a new situation like this, meron tayong pandemic ngayon. How are you going to solve the problems? For example, you are at home. So you encountered a changes. How are you going to cope up with that challenge? So that is your problem solving skills. So it increases efficiency by adopting new ways of achieving goals when obtaining a new experience. So yun nga siya. You have to make new ways on how you will be achieving your goals even though you have the challenges. And then number 6, the creativity. It allows you to find extraordinary ways to carry out a specific action that no one has tried to use. It can lead to a decrease or increase of cost, but usually, the speed of action is greatly increased when using creative tools. You have to be creative as well. Dapat yung creativity mo, hindi pa siya nagagawa ng iba. So, in that way, masasabi talaga natin na your creativity skill will make you achieve your goal, will make you successful one day. And then lastly, you have to generate ideas. You have to generate new ideas. It will help you achieve goals using new, original, and unconventional ideas. Of course, if your ideas is new, if your ideas is original, mas mapapadali sa'yo to achieve your specific goal. Mas mapapadali sa'yo na makuha yung success na pinapangarap mo. For generating new ideas, you can use a method of mental maps which allows you to materialize, visualize, and scrutinize all your ideas, which in turn contributes to the emergence of new ideas. So kasi kapag gumagamit ka ng materials, nag-visualize ka, mas dumarami yung ideas na pumapasok sa'yo, mas marami yung ideas na pwede mong ma-input kung paano mo ma-achieve yung specific goal na sinet mo. As what Knut Rockne said, build your weaknesses until they become your strength. On that way, you will be personal effective. So you have to know your weakness and make them your strength. Now, let's move on to the power of journal writing, unfolding your personal journey. There are 4 advantages of having your personal journal. Number 1 is it is cost efficient and available. So why it is cost efficient and available? Emotional stress can be dealt in many ways, like talking to a friend over a cup of coffee, eating, traveling, shopping, and painting, and many more. But writing is more inexpensive. So kaya siya sinabing cost efficient and always available, kasi basta't may notebook ka lang, may paper and pen ka lang, okay na. Pwede ka na makapag-journal, pwede ka na makapag-release ng emotions mo. Unlike if you are having a cup of coffee with your friends, traveling, shopping, di ba gumagastos ka, you have to spend money. So, but having a journal, mas magiging cost efficient ka. Notebooks and pens are easy to find, available, and do not cost so much. Number 2, it is preventive and proactive. Bakit? Because writing yields self-awareness. We have to be self-aware because when you write, you can discover your strength and limitations. You will know what your reactions are in different situations and what better ways to prevent, avoid, or face your fears. Kapag sinabi kasi nating preventive and proactive, parang sinasabi natin na we are giving ourselves the right to know the limitations that we have. So for example, habang nagsusulat ka, you found out na medyo high temper ka. So in that way, as you write, you will be able to know what are the better ways to prevent it para hindi ka makasakit ng ibang tao. How are you going to face your fears? How are you going to avoid being high-tempered? Number 3, it is creative and productive. Journal writing expounds your imagination. This is very true. Imagination will what do you call this one? You can go to other countries, you can go to other places. You can see various dimensions of your problem, different points of view, and better solutions. So it is creative and productive. While using your imagination, you will be able to identify how are you going to solve your problem. You will be able to see your problems in different points of view. That's why you will be able to have a better solution. So, di ba kapag nag-i-imagine ka, for example, you are imagining one scenario. So, on that scenario, you will be thinking, how am I going to solve this problem? So, by thinking that way, magkakaroon ka ng different point of view, magkakaroon ka ng different solution dun sa problem na naisip mo or dun sa scenario na naisip mo. And magka-come up ka sa isang better solution. And lastly, it is personal and private. Of course, you have to make it as your personal journal. So, it is what you call a secret notebook, like that. So, unless you want to share your stories, you want to share it with your friends or families, you have the choice to keep them to yourself. Writing is your time alone. So, parang yung pag-write mo sa journal mo, yun na rin yung me time mo. It is your way of loving yourself. You will not be judged by your writing. Of course, no, you won't be judged kasi ikaw lang ang nakakapasa, ikaw lang ang nakakaalam. So, you have to make it personal and private. As John Adams said, a pen is certainly an excellent instrument to fix a man's situations and inflame his ambition. And this is correct. Pen and notebooks will help you achieve your goal, will help you to be successful. So please make sure to have your own journal. Make your own journal. Make it private. Make it personal. And that's it for our lesson 1. If you have any question, I have put my email there and also my mobile number. You can contact me via Telegram as well. So thank you for listening, students, and I hope you learned something from our lesson 1 today, and I hope to see you on our next topic. Bye!